Welcome to the best damn arm wrestling sports show. I'm here with you, Justin Bishop, coming from Alexander City, Alabama. Been arm wrestling about 11 years, and I've been the champ from day one. I'm still here.
And you got Resident Waganian from South Arizona.
Oh, shit. I forgot about these guys. Yeah.
Scott
Wynn. Here, baby.
Wynn. Scott Wynn from downtown LA.
Representing. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Riz. I wasn't gonna butcher your last name. Did all that count?
He forgot to tell you. You don't have to introduce us. We introduce ourselves.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So Justin, what got you into the sport of arm wrestling?
I don't know. It just kind of caught me at the right time in my life, and I'm trying to grab my drink. I'm sorry. My dad and my brother. They always arm wrestled, and I was always a skinny kid. You know, I never really arm wrestled with them. And anyway, long story short, I was going through some stuff. I got in the gym with them. It was kind of the first time I ever really got serious in the gym at all. And about 2 or 3 months in, my brother found this arm wrestling tournament in Mobile, which is about 4 hours from us. And he's like, "Hey, let's go." You know, all right, hop in the car with him and stuff. And they talked me into entering, and I won right-handed 154 novice, and got second left-handed. They bumped me into the pro because nobody was in it. And I got second to Jeremy Fraley. And then I won the overalls right-handed. I beat Lee Culpepper.
Wow, that's a good first round, dude.
Yeah, I mean, in 10, 11 years ago, you know, Culpepper was still, he was late 40s, early 50s. So, you know, he was still pretty tough. I don't think it was Lee Culpepper that, you know, made podium at WAF or anything, but, you know, still, whatever. I beat him.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when we came back home, man, I remember, you know, like I never really had a whole lot to brag about with my dad and my brother as far as competition wise went. So yeah, they heard that shit, you know. Yeah. Oh, y'all strong? You got a second, didn't you? Oh, I got the overall. I didn't know if y'all knew that. You know, that shirt they gave me for overalls was like a double XL. I still got it.
Did you guys grow up arm wrestling each other?
Nah, I mean not me. My brother and my dad for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember doing it a time or two. You know, as soon as I was able, you know, Mother Nature, I was glued to women. You know, that's what I like to do. I didn't give a damn about arm wrestling or any of that. But when I started arm wrestling, I was already married, so I started arm wrestling the same year I had my first kid, my first daughter. So, we're getting fancy. I didn't know we drank wine.
Yeah, it's new thing. I'm starting a little. So it's good for you. Good for the heart.
So, Justin, what was your first big win? Tournament or competitor?
Depends on what's caliber, you know, because as you're coming up, you go through the but for me, my first real gold set and accomplished was when I beat Jason Rivas at 154 pounds. 2012, I think. It was like a year and a half in, and went down to Florida, South Florida, like a 12-hour drive. I think he was number 6 in the world, in America at the time. And it was my first win where I couldn't top roll this guy in a while, you know, like in the South. Like I quickly realized at 154, when I figured out what I was doing, I quickly realized where I could be. And I was like, you know, I'm going for that number 1 spot. So, and anyway, I went down there. I beat him in the first top roll, second top roll, he beat me. Third top roll, he beat me. I'm like, shit, you know, I can't top roll him again. I don't know what happened, but anyway, I always practiced what my brother did then too as a backup move, which is pretty much just an explosive side hit. And I hit him with that, and it landed in a hook. And I grounded him out. The next match, I flashed him, and I was stoked. And I remember that well because that was the first tournament Craig Tullier came back. And Cobra Rhodes pulled Chad Silvers, Snook and Craig pulled, Corey Miller flew down, and a bunch of badasses were there. It's the first time I got to see some real arm wrestling.
I remember, I kind of remember like the first time I noticed you was when you had a super match with Vazgen. What year was that?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
That was 2012. It was the same year. Because I was hungry, man. We were arm wrestling a tournament a month at least. And we were healthy. And
literally bone shattering pressure.
Damn, we in Mortal Kombat. Did everybody else hear that?
No, that was just you.
You shit me. You shit me. Put that down. Yeah.
Wow, look at you
Oh,
there,
look
dude.
at that.
What a trip.
Yeah, look at me bitching.
Hooters.
Let me get a restart, bro. Yeah. See, I didn't know how to look at my shoulder. I was feeling in shape. This is when I gave a shit. I didn't know how to get out of this top roll. How to top roll this kind of hook, if you know what I mean. He didn't clamp. He just pulls with a cup strictly. And,
no, it's difficult to get out of that.
Yeah, and he's really good at not giving you the load. It was the first smart arm wrestler I pulled, at that level. That was a foul they should have called. They let me grind it out here.
And you're still counting those?
Hey, you know what? I haven't arm wrestled that guy since that either, and I've attempted to, but I think he knows.
Dude, he was up to 183 pounds, so you could cut to 185. We could make it happen.
Me and him are the same, bro.
Are you at 180?
I haven't been. Yeah, I'm at 185. Man, for me to be 190 plus is I gotta be working.
Yeah.
I gotta be eating. A shit ton. When I pulled Rob, I went on a bodybuilding diet. I've never done that before. Let me tell you, it's almost as shitty. It's almost as shitty as cutting, dieting for cutting weight.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how people work out as much as they do eating that much,
Yeah.
But I felt strong. Don't get me wrong. I just go to tie my shoes and give out a breath.
Yeah. Speaking of matches, what do you think? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, this guy scared the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie, because I hadn't been training in like a month or two. It was deer season, I think it was November. And they're like, hey, you want to pull Alex? And the pressure was on because this is like in the middle of my city, the small town, and this is the first tournament we ever had there. And I'm, obviously I'm gonna be that guy and shit. I think I worked out for like 3 weeks for this.
What do you think about the ref? Is he any good?
The ref?
Yeah.
Nah, he's terrible.
He
terrible.
sucks. Yeah.
I think all refs are terrible.
He's the guy that eats all the sausage.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you though, I pulled this guy afterwards, slow pulling with him. He's strong, man.
Alex?
And he was a lot bigger than I thought he would be. Like this guy walked in, I'm like, "Are you sure you weigh that, bro? Let's get this scale over here real quick." Yeah, but in the strap, he felt good outside the strap, especially, but inside the strap is where he met his demise.
Well, it definitely looked like your hand went over his hand. even outside.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew at this point. The only thing I was worried about, really, I was like, if he's not stronger than me, I gotta be on. I gotta make these quick. I can't play around because I know, at this time, like I said, I wasn't working out. I mean, I still, even when I say I'm not training, I go to practice 2 or 3 times a month at least, most of the time, unless I'm just really hurt. So I'm never not arm wrestling hardly. But yeah, I knew in the setup here he was, for you can feel the angles and setups and such, and then if you've already felt the guy's hand, you know what's about to happen most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in WAL, what was your best win?
One win, a super match win. I'd say my left arm easily, Todd and Florida Hogland, if I said that right. Right-handed. I don't know. I'm trying to remember all around us now. I'd say Quinlan was a good one because he had beaten me 2 years before that in a super match, and I should have won that super match. Mike was a good one too because he beat me in 2017, right-handed, doing that King's move, bull. But and that felt good to get on there and show what I should have done then. I mean, the win on Raw was good, the one. I don't know, really. I mean, there's not a lot of people I beat in the tournament settings that I hadn't beaten already.
How about pulling against Oleg Zolch?
Yeah, that was different, man. That was definitely different, especially when they put the strap on us. I was amazed at how close the straps are on the back of his hand here, like they're this far apart.
Yeah,
Whereas on a normal person.
Looking at you guys before the slip, it still looked like even his hand went under your hand.
It did, but I think because he tried to load with me a little bit before, and I was like, "Screw it, I'm gonna load with you." Let's see let's see what happens. And then he kind of stopped loading, and I was like, anytime a guy does that, you're like, okay, what did he feel? You know what I mean? Did he feel threatened there? So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna try to avoid the strap, but I went this way expecting him to hold on to me. And I actually hit myself right in the mouth. That's the first time I've done that in a couple of years. Yeah, and
how was Moldova? How would you compare the competition there to the competitions here?
I would say people there are overall, I don't know, they're overall more, I wouldn't say knowledgeable, but
Serious.
they're definitely more serious and precise on what they're showing you and what they're not showing you. And because usually a guy walks up to you, grabs you. If you're a good arm wrestler, you know what you're gonna do. You know what you should do. But those guys, they're not giving you any information. And then, the reffing, which I made a video about this on my YouTube. The reffing is it's a little different, It's the whole thing. Like I said, I had pulled 2 or 3 matches before that guy actually tried to do the similar setup as I did. And I felt good doing that. But he up and down meant completely the opposite of what I thought. They meant up and down with your thumb, not up and down with your cap.
Yeah, cap or no cap, they were asking up or down.
Yeah. So I didn't figure that out to this my second match. And then they're saying go. So spontaneous. It's not you kind of feel right before the go around here. I think we allow arm wrestlers to be a lot more aggressive, and you can kind of tell when they're about to say go. Which they may feel the same way with our rules versus theirs. I don't know. It was definitely an experience I needed. I brought some things back with me.
Oh, yeah. And you got some wins.
I think that was probably overall body-wise the best shape I have been in right there. I
That's
trained
an
for that shit.
impressive. That's an impressive win to me. Be honest.
Yeah. And this is before I knew who Giannis was. That one right there, I really wanted. I knew who he was.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know. The only thing I knew about Giannis at this moment right there is that Bob Brown walked up to me and said, "Everybody's fighting for second because that guy's winning." I just remember looking at him and I was like, I don't know, Bob. You know, like, bro, have you seen me today? Have you seen me today? But I didn't, I really didn't say all that because I had recently, it hadn't even been a whole year since I got my ass whipped by Vasquez. It was probably a little over a year. But I realized Vasquez was the last time I tried to make 54, and I didn't even make it. I actually called him like 2 days before. I'm like, listen, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. And this is before I got good at cutting weight.
got cold feet.
No, I just told him, I was like, look, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be what I'm gonna be. I didn't want him to fly all the way here and be pissed if I missed it by 3 or 4 pounds.
You're 2 pounds overweight. Fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much. And no, I clocked in at like 158. I mean, but I could have made it if I knew what I knew now, but I needed to go up in weight anyway. I wasn't a 54 guy. I was walking around 170 plus pounds then, so a year and a half, 2 years deep. Is it Mr. Hudick?
Yep.
Yeah, Joe's pretty damn good, man.
Yeah. And Joe's got a strong fucking hand. You see where I took him there, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was like, fuck going outside with this guy. And I'm, my hook's pretty good when I shoot for it first. I just doesn't happen super often. It actually happened when I went to Idaho with Jesse. His hand was much, much stronger than I thought. I could tell, though. The day before, I walked up and met him and Ali. I shook both their hand. I turned around. My brother had already met him. I looked at my brother, and I'm like, Jesse may be a problem. I said, Ali there's no hope for him. And he's like, I thought the same thing. We need to have a backup plan in case you can't top roll him. And
Yeah.
that's
So
damn sure.
Justin, do you want to explain this day right here? It was quite eventful. I think I was there.
Yeah, that was fun.
Is that really staged?
No, nothing about that was staged, baby.
Uh,
You see how calm Bruce Buffer is in the background? Like he's still texting on his phone and shit.
Get me the hell out of here. I need an Uber.
Yeah. I've done my part.
No.
Damn.
You didn't show the part where he pulled his pants down and
right.
had Jake's name on his ass. I should.
And I could have beat that guy that day. All I had to do was commit to a hook. That's all I had to do. And I'm gonna tell you what, I was sour about that shit until I got back to California at that UAL event, and I let all of that rage out.
You were a terror that day.
Yeah, and I walked over and told Robert, I was like, hey, I want Jake first, right out the gate. I don't want no excuses.
What do you think about Luke if you were to pull him right now? Luke Kent. Have you seen him pull recently?
Yeah, I seen him come out of the woodworks after a couple fucking layoffs or whatever. Anyway, I won't speak on that. As an arm wrestler, that's a great arm wrestler. And his style is kind of shitty for the way I like to arm wrestle. I really haven't arm wrestled him since pulling a different style like this right here. And see, one of those things is that if I know my arm is stronger than yours, I like to get in there and I kind of back off of what I'm used to doing, if that makes any sense at all. I like to be sure that I'm on the arm with you. So I'm doing all the wrong things here to beat him. I'm trying to, just do what he's doing, get a lot of arm in there, a lot of palm, a lot of wrist to wrist. And what Luke does is what I call a slingshot move. He goes with you, lets you take your own risk, so to speak. And I noticed the time that I beat him, I just sat in the center. So I didn't go. I let him go, so to speak. And the next match, I'm just going to drill him sideways again instead of stopping and, kind of containing his hit and then go. And I just went. And obviously that helps his move. But no, I think he's a danger on that. So he's just a crybaby.
Now, if you could pull anyone in the country or in the world, who would you want to pull?
I'd love to pull Giannis in a super match. Just cause he's that guy for me. He's that guy that's been every time you've come over here, I was the best American and you still took my fucking trophy. You flew all the way over here. I beat every American, every Brazilian, everybody that day, and still you. But now I've learned a lot from arm wrestling him. Even the times that in WAL, I remember I think it was 2015. I remember pulling him. Right. I'm just thinking, this is my day. I can feel it. I'm in good shape. I feel stronger than you. In the slip, I felt my arm was stronger than you. We get in there and he's just not giving me anything, and I'm like, shit, I need him to load a little bit. I can't trust it. I'm going to be faster because I was trying to hook him. I said, if I can hook him, I got him. Fuck top rolling. I thought I was going to surprise him. Anyway, I didn't. Boom, he goes back, cracks my hand back a little bit, and I throw my shoulder in there, kind of Todd Hutchins style. Anyway, he kind of gives me that grin, and I just look at him, and I'm like, go, and he goes, and I can feel him shake, and my arm really didn't move, and I started looking, like, all right, I got you today. And then I go, and it didn't do shit. I'm like, shit, fuck, damn it. I was closer than I was the last time, but it still wasn't enough, And to beat somebody the first time you pull them, and the second time, in my opinion, that you pull them easily, it just fucking kills you to not beat that person again.
Oh, yeah. You definitely want to beat him.
He was definitely smart. He must have studied you. And
So he walked up to me afterwards, after the UAL event, and he didn't speak as good English then, I don't think, but I could still talk with him. And he's, your reaction, and all this is really good and really good, Like I know, I'm supposed to win, bro. I can't even talk to you right now. I'm so mad. But no, I learned how not to hook that day, I think I could have beat him there too. I think he knew when he stopped me at the bottom, that he knew that was all I had. And if he could hold it, I was gone for the rest of the tournament, And that's just that's experience, better move, I don't even like using that now. I'm like, screw that, let's get it over with. Take no chances. I should have done that with Rob in the second match. That's the number one thing that comes to my mind. When I had him here, I felt good. I felt it wasn't going anywhere, and I'd go sideways like I did before, but I felt a shit ton more on my wrist. And I'd like momentarily for a hair of a second, like just stay here. And then I'm like, fuck it, go, you got it. And,
Hey, speaking of chances, what do you think about this four-way coming up with Chance Shaw, Jordan Seal, Don Hollywood, Underwood, and Mike Aiello?
The strongest dude in that whole thing is Mike Aiello. Hands down. He just can't arm wrestle to save his life. His cup is that good. That's why he beats a lot of people. If he ever learned to do this, right, just like fucking, bro, what the fuck? Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Put your dick under the table. Let's do this.
Yeah.
But anyway, He's like every other bodybuilder I've ever tried to teach. He's slow and fucking, like a machine type movement.
Yeah, it's taken him a while to get where he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
and I
he's
mean, you can
improved.
see yeah. But it's crazy to have the power, because honestly, most bodybuilder types don't have the hand power. That dude's hand is stupid strong. His cup is fucking. When we went to New York and he pulled my buddy Casey, I know how strong Casey was, and he sucked him right in like it was shit. I mean, but no, I think the only thing I wish Chance was pulling Mike first. I think that would be more interesting. I think that favors Chance to pull Jordan first, and that Don will pull Aiello first, because I personally think speed is more of a threat to Don, and not to say none of the other guys. I mean, is a threat to Mike, and not to say that any of the other guys aren't fast, but Don's like that's what he does. So I could see him flashing Mike,
Right.
even though I don't think if it stopped he had a chance. But I mean, overall, I think Chance has the based on everything I've seen last year, I think Chance is going to take that, especially considering the draw that he has, in my opinion.
Chance has
and
the
his
best chance.
right, and I'm gonna tell you, dude, people can say what they want, and I never claimed to start doing a low hand top roll in America, even though I think I brought more life to it. Snook, in my opinion, was the first guy doing that. That since I was in arm wrestling, let me say that clearly. But Chance has also seen what I think is the most universal moves there is. Like you can top rollers, and you can stay out of hooks. What more do you want? You know? But and you're not gonna top roll all top rollers. To me, the counter move to it, and you can watch me do it to Katowski in 2016. When he beat me doing the low hand and I was doing the low hand, I swapped it up, and in my opinion, pinned him, but that, whatever. It didn't go the same way. It fell in a hook at the bottom. It's, to me, the counter to that is the Travis Bajan style of top row. Closed fist in your chest, over the top. Matter of fact, I know it's the counter because Dalton does it here all the time. And even though my arm's a lot stronger, I can easily contain my hand when I just put my hand in his chest and close and go from there.
That's
not
the
really
Dalton that
dead.
just won the he just won the IFA, didn't he? Nationals. Is that the same Dalton?
No, this is Dalton Duncan. The one that I think that video went viral of him beating Doug Allen, or him having that long match with Doug Allen on that pound for pound thing. Now he hadn't really traveled outside. He went to I think it was the Missouri tournament a couple months back. It's pretty big. He went to that, pulled it, won 65s. I think he won 85s too. He placed top 3. But no, I mean, he's got a bunch of damn kids. I don't know how much he can actually dedicate to arm wrestling, but he's definitely, I'll say this, he's probably the best guy that he was the easiest pupil to teach how to arm wrestle, if that makes any sense. He just got it. You know what I mean?
Some guys absorb.
Yeah. And the only thing, he was like me, he was pretty much starting with very small God-given advantages, but everything else never worked out, never. And I think that's why it's so much easier to teach him, to be honest with you. Like, this guy that's in the gym knows he can hammer curl this 100-pound dumbbell if he gets in this form and this angle, and but that shit just doesn't translate to the table like you think.
What are 3 of your most effective workouts, you would say?
I'm a sucker for table time, I'll tell you that. But I like the shit out of my wrist wrench. Like, that's something I do every time I step on the table at the gym. But that's, it's usually everybody's. I was doing that circuit I got online on my page. I love doing that. And it's pretty much just wrist curls, 20 to 25, turn around, do hammer curls, 20 to 25, turn around, do reverse wrist curls, 20 to 25, and then grab the bar and bicep curl with the weights hanging off the bands for 20 to 25.
It's kind of like circuit training where you go from bounce from one thing to the other.
Yeah, and with my time as limited as it is, it's the best way for me to work out. But it makes my arms feel great. I love Todd's method of arm training, and even with the circuit, my arms are just they just don't hold up to that shit, bro. I mean, I think for what I'm starting to do now, I got a table at my house, and I got the Krasny pulley, and I got the one from Israel arm wrestling, and I think I'm gonna put both of them on there. But I'm gonna start doing more specific arm wrestling stuff in the morning, and do my traditional stuff in the evening. I think I'm gonna start arm wrestling at least once a week, more controlled, timed arm wrestling, things like that. Because I got one of my flaws and downfalls have always been my conditioning, and I've tried my damnedest in the gym, and it just doesn't get it the same. So I think one of the best times I was in the best shape was at UAL 8, and all I did was arm wrestle twice a week for about 2.5, 3 months.
You're getting long sessions in where you're giving like 50 to 65%, and you're just locking up in positions and holding that for a long time. That's that endurance you're talking about. So you got to get that table time. I was going to ask you, what do you feel is more valuable, table time or gym training?
For me, the table time is it's about 50-50. It used to be table time for me, but I'm gonna make it more 75-25 now, because it has been more 70-30 with gym time being more, because I've been not as healthy. You know what I mean? So I'd be too sore to work out heavy or even 50%, so I didn't want to just keep arm wrestling and being able to half-ass train in the gym. So now I'm like, screw the weights, screw my weight, because I like to be bigger. You feel stronger when you're bigger. I usually, if I'm working out 5 days a week, I can easily walk around at 85. If I'm not working out, like it's just deer season, I can do 78-ish, something like that. I'll fluctuate 7-8 pounds. But so I'll probably be a few pounds lighter, and then again, I may not, because like I said, I'm gonna try to keep going in the evenings. But I got 3 kids and I run a business, so I
So
want to make sure I'm getting arm wrestling training.
What's next on the agenda? You going to IFA?
Yeah, man. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. Don't you have to qualify?
Yeah. Are you an American?
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh, no shit. Oh. So the possibility is still there, because I kind of just threw my hat in the ring on that one. Like,
you're in. We're talking about the one that's here, not the one in Georgia.
Yeah. No, I got it. So I'm still pretty fired up. Huh?
Less than a minute of time left. So.
Oh, I didn't know it was time.
We'll have to do
Let's
that in part 2.
Let's save it.
Till next time, guys.
Peace.